What's up, guys? So for the past year and a half, I've been playing through the entire Resident Evil franchise, and last night I just watched the Resident Evil Infinite Darkness Netflix anime series, and in this video I'm going to explain why I don't think Infinite Darkness fits into the Resident Evil canon. But before I do, here's a quick call to action to head on over to my channel and subscribe. Do it. And now with that out of the way, I do want to mention that I am going to be talking about spoilers for Resident Evil Infinite Darkness, as well as spoilers for some of the Resident Evil game lore. Here is your last chance to turn away before it's too late. So Resident Evil Infinite Darkness was said to take place within the Resident Evil game lore, and it was going to explore the relationship between Leon and Claire post Resident Evil 2. Now, while I didn't think the series or its story wasn't all that good, I do think it does fit pretty well into the Resident Evil lore, with the exception of one huge plot hole: public knowledge of bioorganic weapons. And this is the storyline that kind of revolves around all of the Infinite Darkness series, so it is a huge issue with me. Now, Infinite Darkness takes place in 2006, and the Raccoon City incident in Resident Evil game lore takes place in 1998. Now, Umbrella and the US government covered up these events when they blew the city sky high. Then you have the events of Code Veronica, which took place a few months after Raccoon City, and Resident Evil 4, which took place in 2004. Now, both of these events took place in remote locations, so the public was never made aware about them, and are still in the dark about zombies and BOWs. However, Infinite Darkness contradicts one key plot point of the main Resident Evil lore: the Terra Grigia incident. The Terra Grigia incident happened in 2004 and was the foundation of the storyline for Resident Evil Revelations. Terra Grigia was a city built in the Mediterranean that relied solely on green sustainable energy. In 2004, Terra Grigia was hit with a bioweapons terrorist attack. Hunters and the T-Abyss virus were released in the city by the terrorist group Veltro, causing widespread panic and destruction. This was also the first time the public became aware of BOWs in the Resident Evil universe, as there were plenty of news and media reports on the incident. After the Federal Bioterrorism Commission fought the BOWs for 3 weeks, the city was destroyed to eliminate the threat. Now, eventually this was revealed to be an inside job by the FBC, but that's not really the focus of this video right now. So now we have Infinite Darkness, which takes place in 2006, 2 years after the events of the Terra Grigia incident. Now, the main plot within Infinite Darkness is that Jason and Shen-Mei want to expose BOWs to the public, or at least that's how it feels. Now, during Infinite Darkness, Leon learns that the US government was using soldiers as test subjects for bioweapons. Every soldier was implanted with a chip, and the chip had a history of these soldiers and kept their vitals on it and all important, highly classified information. Now, at the end of Infinite Darkness, we see that Claire asks for the chip from Leon because she wants to expose the US government and make the world aware of BOWs. Again, at least that's how it feels. The whole show feels like the general public still doesn't know about BOWs. Now, Leon refuses and keeps the chip because he believes that this is going to just cause more widespread panic and terror. Except if this story takes place within Resident Evil lore, then the world already knows about BOWs because it happened in the Terra Grigia incident 2 years earlier. So this ending doesn't really make sense. And yes, I guess you could argue that maybe Leon doesn't want the government's secrets getting out into the public, and that's why he's holding it. But if that's actually the reason why Leon doesn't want to give the chip to Claire, then the show does not do a good job of explaining that. There's even a part in the series where Jason turns into this hulking monstrosity and wants to go out so that the public can see him and fear him. Now again, this doesn't make sense if the public already knows about BOWs.
I will show you fear.
Overall, I don't think Infinite Darkness was terrible, but I don't really think it was very good, and I think it really contradicts this one main plot point within the Resident Evil universe. So for me, I can't consider it canon unless we decide that Revelations isn't canon and Infinite Darkness is. But I would rather go with the actual games rather than some Netflix series that is riddled with plot holes. That's my thoughts on Infinite Darkness and why I do not consider it to be canon. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? I'd love to hear your thoughts, so sound off in the comments below. I've also been playing, reviewing, and ranking the entire Resident Evil franchise, so if you would like to check out my review videos on that, please head on over to my channel Tresonator and subscribe. If you like this video, it would mean a great deal to me if you could give it a big thumbs up. And anyway, that's my theory, so thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll see you on some of my other videos.